crime than rape. And now the law says, nope, it's actually the same. And then the issue of police enforcement. We're talking about excessive force. California law enforcement officers can use their gadgets for misconduct, including force, sexual and racial bias, dishonesty, and I love this one. Police techniques involve a serious use of positional asphyxia, which is how George Lloyd died. The cops can't compress a person's airway and threatens adequate breathing. That's now illegal. How is it always legal that you step on someone or you put a knee to someone's neck and kill that person? Well, Derek Chauvin certainly showed that it's not. So now it is illegal of any kind of the potential of asphyxia. And then the issue of law enforcement, one of the things about cops is there's a lot of protection for their personnel records, their jackets, as they're called. Well, now it's going to be easier to get those. There'll be more disclosure and bring in a pattern. If you've got a cop like Derek Chauvin, who has a history of excessive force, that is now going to be more readily available. And the environment, well, beginning in July, diaper wipes and disposable wipes have to include a do not flush labeling. I thought they all did. If you look at wipes that are not flushable wipes, it's a do not flush. Is that even the flushable wipes? I don't know. Minimum wage comes to $15 per hour. This is a 6-year process. And businesses with 25 or fewer workers will have another year to comply, but have to pay at least $14 per hour. And then there were labor practices in the Amazon warehouses that were specific. Garment industry workers, and I didn't know this still went on, now must be paid hourly instead of the number of clothing items they make. Now that gets kind of interesting because I would think it'd be a minimum of hourly and then a bonus for every piece above what you make, and that's not the law. It just says you have to pay them hourly. And normally garment workers are, well, they're Hispanic for the most part, and low on the socioeconomic food chain, and that's the problem. Also, by this fall, public schools and colleges must stock their restrooms with free menstrual products. Oh, here is a helpful health tip, which I have used. Tampons are great for nosebleeds. Now, you look kind of stupid with a string hanging down your face, but they really work. And California death certificates will offer a choice of non-binary. So it's no longer male or female. It can be non-binary. Okay, why not? And I guess you get a choice of dead or not dead. I don't know. And then in all statewide elections, you get a ballot by mail. That's the happening. Well, if you go to those restaurants and take out, and they'll be able to sell take out with cocktails for another 5 more years. So those are just some of the laws, and they reflect what's going on. There's been a lot of discussion, certainly about COVID, about crime and excessive force. So as you can imagine, the legislators paid a lot more attention. And we also have the issue, well, we'll talk later on about how the government clearly is not doing a good job with fires in the fire area. Well, it just happened outside of Denver, I think. 1,000 homes went up in that wildfire, and it was completely crazy. You see, 100-mile-an-hour gusts. You see the flames were going sideways. It was such a horrifically, I mean, it looked like a blowtorch is what it did. 1,000 homes went up. So that's coming up a little bit later on. In the meantime, California's new driving laws, this happens every year. I'll share that with you when we come back. In the meantime, let's check in with Chris Little.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is suggesting there will be no tightening of measures to slow the current surge in coronavirus infections in spite of the country's healthcare system remaining under strain for weeks. LA County hospitals are treating nearly 1,800 COVID-19 patients, a number that's risen by more than 150 each of the last 2 days. A coalition of civil rights groups is calling for the arrest and prosecution of the LAPD officer who inadvertently killed a 14-year-old girl while confronting a man at a clothing store in North Hollywood. We'll take a look at your drive on the 405 next.
Good news for people with missing teeth. Maybe this is the year that you decide that horrible mouth of yours is going to change. And you've been rationalizing, your teeth missing, loose, decayed for probably years, maybe decades. So why don't you actually do something about it and have a good-looking mouth, and face. I don't know about the face, but you'll certainly change your life with new permanent teeth in a day. And this is done while you sleep. And Dr. Cunning is not only a pioneer, but what a job he does. Technology, which is exclusive to Cunning Dental, competitive prices, dental problems. Then in one day, you wake up to a new set of brilliant-looking, stunning teeth. Probably never looked this good in your entire life. $1,000 off your procedure. That expires at the end of this month. And you get a free exam, x-rays, and CT scan at $1,500 value also is available. No money down payment plan. Certain restrictions apply. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE. Get your biggest refund guaranteed. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will help find thousands worth of new tax credits, so you get every dollar you deserve. So why wait? Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros and learn more at jacksonhewitt.com. Sunny highs in the mid-50s to around 60. This report brought to you by Jackson Hewitt. We've got an eye on the 405.
Well, we sure do, and believe it or not, a pretty good report coming up to the 405, leaving the valley. But South 405 at the 101, there was quite an incident that worked a little earlier. Somebody's tire blew out. That's always kind of a shocking thing when it happens and turns into a crash. But not now. All lanes are open, so if you're coming down from the 118, gosh, it recovered very quickly. South 405 is still in between Victory and Burbank. That's not bad. Going up and over the hill, you'll be okay. We're headed for a crash that was reported around County General Hospital, a little south of Lincoln Heights there, west end of Soto, so heads up for a crash on that. And we've been talking about things that fly and don't fly. Boy, here's the disturbing thing. Garden Grove, westbound Garden Grove Freeway at Harbor Boulevard before the crush. Supposed to be a hawk, of all things, that got injured laying on the side of the road. So just watch for somebody to come along and start helping that out. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. The new Staples Connect will change the way you think about Staples. Explore the world of possible with new small business services and innovative tools to work and learn from anywhere. Now open at 5665 West Wilshire, 1 block east of the La Brea Tar Pits. Learn more at staplesconnect.com/LA.
This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC, with another good deed for free. Our technician Alex was wrapping up an early morning tune-up recently when he was approached by his customer who said, "Don't you guys do good deeds for free? My back is bothering me and I need some tables and chairs moved. Would you mind helping?" Would he mind? We live for good deeds. Turns out the customer had just finished hosting a graduation party for his granddaughter, and there were about 3 tables and 30 chairs that needed to be folded and moved to the shelf. Alex told him to sit down and relax his back. He'd handle it all. 10 minutes later, everything was folded and put away, and the customer was thrilled. That's what Good Deeds for Free is all about, making our customers happy. Look us up at ServiceChampions.com. Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Checking things off of your DMV to-do list is now a lot faster because now the DMV has made it even easier to take care of tasks online. It all starts there. Maybe you need to get your vehicle registration renewed or transfer a title. You can get it all done online from the comfort of your couch. So if you have DMV tasks, save yourself some time and get them done online. dmv.ca.gov. Ready when you are.
If you're tired of big cable bills, you can get Newsmax TV for free. Millions are watching Newsmax. Available now on major cable systems or for free on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and Vizio. Find it streaming on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, TiVo, Apple TV, and more. 7 million Americans have downloaded the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. It takes just seconds. Then watch us anytime, anywhere. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. Find out why. Start watching today.
The new year means resolutions like diets and exercising. But what about exercising your legal rights? I'm attorney Darren Kapinoki from 1-800-NO-CUFFS. And this is why I'm always telling you to just shut up. 1-800-NO-CUFFS, because no one looks good in handcuffs. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
By now, you've heard the news. Boosters for Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are available. They help keep your immunity strong and help keep you and others protected against COVID-19 and its variants. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find out if you're eligible and to find a booster near you. Let's keep each other safer and healthier this winter. Get your booster, and don't forget to get your flu shot, too. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
I'm Steven Ranella, host of the Meat Eater podcast and the Netflix original series Meat Eater. As a hunter and wildlife enthusiast, the question comes up, how can you justify killing and eating animals that you love and protect? Well, that's part of what we wrangle with on the Meat Eater podcast, along with broader and often funnier discussions about living an outdoor life in the modern world. We insist on sharing challenging opinions to inspire thought and action. Listen to the Meat Eater podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Schools that are shut down in America because we've led with vaccination.
I'm getting through this by reading Morgan's Bible that she gave me for Christmas.
How's that going? Goes well.
It's good.
That's the most important.
I still don't know why people bring signs that say John 3:16 to football games. It's about God giving us Jesus. Not about taking the points.
Gary and Shannon, weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFI.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel here. It is a Monday morning, January 3rd, as we start the new year. Some of the big stories we are covering. If you are flying or have tried to fly over the last week, cancellations aplenty. Since Christmas Eve, 14,000 flights have been canceled. Now, a lot of flights happened, so 14,000 is not a huge percentage, but it sure is if you're in the middle of the mess at the airport. And Burbank schools are opening today, and the reason that's important, and for in-class learning, the reason that's important is school districts across the country are saying no because of Omicron, and it is exploding. We'll do that story a little bit later on, too. All right, now, new laws. I just did a segment on new laws, COVID, excessive force by the police, health laws. So let's move over to California driving laws, which have changed. Now, a good news on driving and accidents. Since the 1970s, and our population has gone way up, the number of deaths, traffic accident deaths have gone way down. A lot of it is because drunk drivers are being nailed. It used to be a slap on the wrist when a drunk driver killed someone. Today it's a serious manslaughter. It's a serious crime. Mainly because of math, mothers against drunk driving. And also cars are a whole lot safer. I mean, they sell safe. Unless they're you try to sell safe, the car companies no one will buy. So, things have changed. But I'll tell you what hasn't changed. It's gotten worse. Speeding has gone crazy. If you know that if you see on the freeway, if there's any open space at all, cars are zipping by at 120 miles an hour. I mean, it is crazy making. I see that every morning. I'm zipped along at 70 or 75, and it's like I'm standing still as cars are passing me. So, let's go into, I'm going to sneeze. At least I turn my mic.